This rangefinder cost me £30, but the real question is it actually any good? Let's find out. So yeah, I was scrolling through Instagram the other day and I saw an advert for a website called Temu. Now, you may have heard of it, you may have not. It's basically a modern day wish.com, and it just makes it a lot more accessible for these deals and stuff to show up, especially seeing as these golf stuff seems to pop up a lot on my Instagram. And I saw this advert for a rangefinder. It was £30. It was actually £25 for the 800 meter rangefinder. But I decided to go for the one that was 1200 just to be safe. And it's £30, including shipping, including that, everything, which from what I understood from rangefinders was very, very, very cheap. Now, I wanted to compare this against a really expensive one, like a 350 quid Bushnell one or whatever the top one is, but unfortunately I couldn't get my hands on one. So I borrowed one off my brother-in-law, which was, he paid, well, got given it, and it's £100, the value of that. So it's 3 times the price of the one I've bought. But is it 3 times as good? That's what I want to know. And I don't normally use a rangefinder. I normally use an app called VPAR. I get the yardages on my app, on my watch, or via the app. And it's accurate within, I don't know, 5 to 10 yards. As long as this rangefinder I've bought is more accurate than that, then for me that's worth the money. And I think the key thing here is, at the level that I'm at, and probably a lot of people are at watching these videos, 5 to 10 yards is not going to make a difference. So having to know exactly what the yardage is by 1 yard or 2 yards calibration difference, in reality, can you hit that number? Probably not. So it's not really a test of how good you are and how accurately you can hit the ball. It's more the price of a rangefinder, comparing that and just seeing what the differences are. But do you need to pay that much money for a rangefinder? Because the Bushnell ones, that's 10 times the price of the one I bought, which is a lot of money. So yeah, let's have a look. Let's go into some detail. Let's have a look at the product, compare it against the other one. Let's get into it. Okay, so here are the 2 rangefinders. This is the one I bought off Temu. The actual make is Atuman. Now it seems like obviously there's probably quite a lot of companies in China that do offer the same ones. It's not the most awe-inspiring rangefinder. It doesn't look like a normal one, I'll give you that. But from what I can see, it's got everything the other one's got. I think the only thing, oh okay, I'll save that for later, but there's only one difference that I can find between the two. But I kind of like the design. It hasn't got the magnetic strip that a lot of them do have, but to be fair, I don't think this one does either. The carry case it comes with is quite literally just a felt bag, which is fine. It's not the end of the world. You've got a wrist strap there. You've got a USB-C charging port. Now the battery life on this, it says it's 210 hours, which is pretty good. Then you've got the mode button to cycle through the different modes for the laser targeting. From what I can see, it's got 3 different modes. It's got the flagstick mode. You can do it in meters or yards. And then you've got vertical. Where is it? Let me just find it on their website. See what they call it. Straight line distance. I don't know if you can see that on here. Might be easier. Straight line distance, horizontal distance, and vertical distance. No idea how those all 3 work. Not really relatable to golf at all. But you know, these things aren't actually meant, well, they're not meant for golf, but they've got other uses other than just golf, hence why they've got those features. So you've got the adjuster up there for these, the focus. So you can go anywhere from 3 meters up to 1200. The actual focus goes from infinity after about 600 meters, I think. So it's got that. And yeah, I did use this on the range. Sorry, not on the range, on the course over the weekend. Didn't quite have time to film how it performed, but I did a comparison on each shot with this one, and I used my app, which was VPAR, and I couldn't see much difference, especially in these two. VPAR has a bit more tolerance of about 5 yards or so, and it doesn't really calculate it as quickly. But yeah, it works. Like, I used it on the course, and I've got no complaints for it. So moving on to this one, just so we can compare these side to side. Obviously, this one actually comes in a box, and you do get a carry case with it, with a carabiner on it, so it's a little bit easier to store. So this one, the range is only 600 meters. So this is this can go twice the range apparently. I haven't yet tested it. I can't yet find something that's 1,200 meters away that's around here that I can test. But if I do, I'll let you know. So it's got the same flagpole lock. It has the continuous measurement that this one does as well. Slope on and slope on off. So this is the only feature that I can see that this one has and this one doesn't. So I get that's quite an important feature, just purely because in golf you need to know the slope just as much as the yardage, but slope is a little bit harder to figure out how that affects the actual shot itself. So for me, I mean, I can look at something and kind of figure out how many yards down or up it is. So I guess that's a good feature to have on it, but I guess that costs a little bit more and it's a bit more advanced technology than you get in this one. So same as 6 times magnification, and I'm pretty sure everything else is roughly the same. So here is the other one as a comparison. So the focus on this one is around the top there. Obviously it feels a lot sturdier. Pretty similar front, but this is the more classic rangefinder style that you're probably used to seeing, whereas this one, not so much. In terms of the features, again, same 2 buttons, on and measure. Whether I can actually show you and you can actually see it, I don't know. That's 2 different questions, whether I can show you or not. To the door. 24, 26, 23, 24. Okay, so I think it's established it's 24 meters to the door, give or take. Let's test this one. I couldn't see what that said because the mic was in the way. 2 seconds. 24. 24. So this is consistently giving me 24, 24.1. Then when we go back to this one again, the more expensive one, 24, 24, 23.9. Sorry, my phone's having an absolute nightmare trying to focus on this. 24, so both exactly the same. Yeah, okay, that's only 24 yards away, but I'd probably say the accuracy is going to be pretty similar. Let's do one more test. What I am now going to do is focus on this, which I'm going to estimate, I think, is about, I don't know, 35, 40 yards away, I'd say. Just to give an idea of where I am. 45 yards. Okay, first we're going to do the more expensive one. 48.5 meters, 47.6. No read. 48.9, 48.5, 48.4. Okay, so all over the place really on that one. Let's see what the cheapo does. 48.8, 48.8, 48.9, 48.7, 48.8, and 48.8. So in that test, this one was 0.1 of a yard difference or 0.2 of a yard's difference either side. This one was all over the shop, and just looking through the eyepiece, I find this one's a lot easier to look through the eyepiece. On this one, I don't know if you've looked through a telescope before or not, but if you go slightly to the left or right, you can see the opposite reflection coming in, and it's all over the place. So just to summarise, doing those 2 tests, low range, not too much of a difference. Further away, this one was way more accurate, like way more accurate. the leeway difference, which is what I thought this is normally what you pay for when you go for rangefinders, is you're paying for the tolerance for errors to be lower. So on this basis, it's not the case. So you may just be this advice, I don't know. But all I'm saying is, for a tech like this, which is fairly simple, it's just a laser bouncing off something and giving you a reading, is it worth paying the extra, or 3 times the amount, or 10 times the amount for a different one? I don't think so. And I'm going to use this on the course. If anything happens and it breaks, I'll let you know. But so far, it's been fine. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe if you enjoyed or thought this was helpful. And I'll see you in the next video.